A significant step forward in U.S.-Cuban relations today as regularly scheduled flights resume for the first time in more than 50 years. CBS 2's Kris Cleave was on the first commercial flight from Fort Lauderdale to Santa Clara, Cuba, and he's live there now with more on this historic day. Kris?
Christine, good evening from Santa Clara, Cuba. You know, this was a very emotional experience for some of the people on the flight. It was a very jovial atmosphere on board. Everyone, though, very much aware of the history that was about to be made. Water cannons saluted JetBlue Flight 387 on its historic arrival in Cuba. Passengers carried flags and took photos as they set foot on Cuban soil, some for the very first time. Regular flights were cut off during the Cold War, and only expensive charters were available until now.
Because it's, something you tell your kids about or your grandkids about. I was on the first flight to Cuba.
This is a big trip for Damaris Nibela Gonzalez and her family. She is celebrating her birthday, getting married Thursday, and bringing her two daughters to meet their ailing great-grandmother.
For her to say that she would like to meet, Olivia and Daniela meant everything to me. I was like, I really want to make this happen.
For a place that's been so hard for Americans to go to for decades, it actually doesn't take very long to get there. It's only about a 45-minute flight. JetBlue is the first U.S. airline to resume regularly scheduled service. Soon, as many as 110 daily flights from 10 airlines will depart the U.S. for the island nation. Some lawmakers have concerns that Cuban security is not adequate, but the TSA says it is confident in the protocols at the 8 Cuban airports it has checked out. Transportation Secretary Anthony Foxx was on this first flight. He then continued up to Havana, where he announced final approval for U.S. airlines to begin flying to Cuba's capital. Delta says they'll start their service December 1st. Christine, Maurice?
Okay, Kris Cleave tonight from Cuba.